have started.
All right. Well, welcome everyone. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate that you are giving up part of your evening to be with us. I think for the sake of time, let's skip introduction. We'll do the board and then we'll jump right into the meeting. I am Crystal. I'm your PTO president. My son is in 5th grade, so this is my last year here.
All right. Hi, I'm Ashley. My son is in 4th grade, so I've got one more year, and I'm the vice president. Oh, making a move. Okay. Hi, I'm Karen. I have a 4th grader this year, and then next year I will have a 5th grader. I'm here for the next 15 years.
And I'm your volunteer coordinator and media person.
We have a few other people on our board that aren't here tonight, so you'll meet them at some point. All right, let's jump into, let's see, there is on the table if you're here in person the agenda for tonight. Then there's the minutes from October. If you're not here, sorry.
It'll be in the chat.
Are you going to be in the chat? Perfect. It's going to be in the chat in just a second. Feel free to look those over if you'd like. Then technically, if you want to follow the rules, somebody should motion to approve last month's meeting minutes.
I'm going to give her a glance, and then I'm going to motion to approve.
In case somebody out there can be the rule.
I support a rule. All right, motion to approve.
Perfect.
Can we get a second? Do we need a second?
I don't know. I'll second it.
Wait.
I'm not that big on rules.
I kind of feel like my semester in youth and government in the 9th grade is not here.
Okay, so let's hear from our principal. We'll start with you.
Okay,
Do you have
good.
any?
As I munch.
Oh, sorry.
That's fine. Hi, everyone. Thanks for being at home or here at school. Do I have something? So I guess I actually just do updates. It's really exciting. Our 4th and 5th grade students went on their first field trip in a long time today, and it was great. They actually went to see a opera that was for students, and the opera actually came to us and was down here at Milwaukie, at Milwaukie High School, so they walked down, which was awesome. So that was super cool. So if you do have a 4th or 5th grader, ask them about it, see what they thought about an opera. It's not something kids usually get exposed to. Parent-teacher conferences are coming up Monday and Tuesday. I hope you all sign up. Teachers are super excited and, you know, collecting work and information to share with you about your student and how they're doing. There with parents about how students are doing. Let's see. Oh, one little exciting thing I think is going to go out in the community newsletter. The Rotary Club has given us a check again to support OBOT, the Oregon Battle of the Books. Yay. So what that allows us to do is $1,300. It's very generous. And what it allows us to do is purchase books so that all of the kids here can have access to those books. It's not a book per student, but it's enough that each classroom has a set, and a set is 16 different titles. Only 4 of those titles, unfortunately, are in Spanish. So 16 English titles, and then 4 of those titles in Spanish that are actually published in Spanish. We don't have control of what gets on the OBOB list, but we always try to make sure that if there are Spanish titles that we recommend. So it's an awesome opportunity for 3rd, 4th, and 5th graders to really get involved in reading a little bit more. It's a little competitive, super fun. My Jenny, if any of you know her, she's in 5th grade, is really running the whole thing. It used to be my son a few years ago. And kids will have a chance to get on teams if they want, and more to come, I think, information. For right now, my Jenny and I are reading at a couple of different recesses, so we can kind of get kids involved in some books. So we're doing some read alouds, get excited. But we really were very grateful to the Rotary for supporting us again. They're also looking forward to me coming and supporting us during some of the final battles as volunteers, because it's really nice when you can see what happened and what you donated, right? Like where it's going. It's an open invitation to any of you as well. As we know more of the schedules come out, it's actually these battles are kids answering questions in teams about the books they read, and the questions are not written by us, but the global organization. So there's no competition there. The kids had a great time last year. Last year, the final battle was here in the library because of COVID. This year, the final battle actually could be somewhere else if we make it that far. So super excited. So keep an eye on that for OBOB.
Are there any deadlines coming up that we
Really, OBOB?
Yeah, deadlines when you can sign up or when you can.
You know what? I will have my Jenny continue to communicate. I don't think we're going to start like in earnest until after the winter break.
Oh.
But it's really kind of to get yourself thinking about it. I think the list of titles went out on the that.
Yeah.
And then if you look right outside the library, I'm working on a bulletin board with my friend Jenny on like all the old titles. We're really trying to get kids reading for more than just so. More to come, and I'll make sure that any dates get out to you. I'm trying to think what other big things we have going on. Crystal, are you already asked me if you're hearing things from kids? I'm more than happy to tell you, but those were the big things that had come up. Thanks to all of you. It was so exciting. We did our first in a long time assemblies a couple weeks ago. We really didn't want to make a real big deal about it because we're starting small. We're starting like, what does it feel like to be in the audience together all these years? So we're having 3 assemblies, like a 1, a 2, 3, and a 4, 5, and each of them are like 20 to 30 minutes, and they're pretty low key. But it was really exciting. One of the things I did for the assembly was I let them know how much money was raised in the Jogathon. I don't know if I say that, but I gave them choices, and it was like $160, $1,600, $60,000, or $100. And they had this whole like we rolled them out, and they were super excited that it was like it felt like a big, huge number, and it was. So thank you for organizing that. They thought it was great. Like, oh my gosh, $60,000. A lot of money. It is a lot of money. It's a lot of money. Thank you for organizing that. I think that's all I have, but I'm open to any questions as the meeting goes on or at the end of the meeting.
Can I ask a question that's maybe more, but like, I know that RSV is like trending right now, like seeing lots of things that will come out here too.
Yeah.
Just got a note from Kaiser, like, what do you guys see as RSV, and then is there anything, we should be more obviously together or with symptoms and stuff that, just with the school, is there any like information you want to
Yeah, that's a great question. It's hard to know when kids are out, like exactly what that's about, right? Because parents don't even know about. We definitely have had some kids in the last couple weeks, kind of a little bump again of kids being out, but not COVID related, kids being sick. So I'm gonna get
probably RSV starting
at least some of it. I know that the district just today, I was at a principal's meeting, and they were reminding everyone about we use, and I'm not getting the name right, but they're instead of wiping down tables every day, there's some wiping that gets done at least once a week. But they use a spray, and it actually stays on the surface. They have a yeah, and so what
751 solution.
maybe that's it. Yep. And so what we ask teachers to do is to make sure that desks are clear, and it's pretty cool. They're pretty good about that. The other day I went to look for some in classrooms, and I was like, wow, there's nothing on top of desks. But the idea is that are clear, then you kind of miss the room with that. You're not supposed to wipe it, and it really goes a long way in terms of like a germicide. So I know we're doing that, and we're just kind of bringing attention to that, and of course reminding everyone of this, what you said.
Yeah, and you guys are kind of that too.
We try, and we know it's hard on parents, right? Because everyone's super into things, but it does help.
Totally.
So absolutely, it takes all of us together.
Yeah.
I don't know if anyone out there has any questions. I should say that. Are kids still masking? It's very few right now. I have noticed that kids are coming back from being out, and I don't necessarily think it's COVID related, but they've been sick. There's a little bit higher likelihood that they will mask. Definitely staff who've been out with like a cold or something, or who feel like they're coming down with something are definitely asking if they have any, like, oh, I don't know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Okay, any questions from the viewing audience?
Nothing in the chat yet.
Okay. All right, then let's move on. Our treasurer Heidi is not here, and so that's our next report. I'm going to give that to you now. Let's start, and I may be reading these horribly wrong, so again, please forgive me. We'll start with Jogathon members because that's really cool. We brought in $21,000 after expenses. Like we thought we'd get like 6,000, but 21,000 after expenses. So there are a lot of expenses that go into Jogathon, and not all of them are actually listed here. On here it shows like almost 1,800, but it's probably more like 3,000. So still, if you take that, I can't do math on the spot. That's 1,800. Yeah,
That's amazing.
we did really good.
Can we just make sure that we're being really loud and clear? People are saying that it's kind of sounding choppy or a little cut out or sometimes a little faded. Thank you.
Yes. So we did really well. I'm excited that we get to use that money for some really good things to help improve our school. And we can talk about that a little bit later. So this is here, and in the agenda, there's a link to the financial reports also. So if you go through the agenda, you can see the profit and loss and the actuals.
And it's also in the chat for them as a separate thing.
Perfect. Also in the chat. So feel free to look at them. I don't really know how to read them, but that's the part that's very exciting to me because that's the most recent thing. I did not look at our bank account because I forgot to do that. Friends, it's been a day. So that's what we got for financials. Volunteer coordinator. Karen, do you have anything for us in the room?
No, we had a lot of volunteers today for the Portland Opera Show. It was really great to see parents in there. It was great for kids to see parents participating. I know a lot of us really enjoyed the Portland Opera as well. But yeah, I know that field trips are being planned. It's a slow process, right? We're doing this slowly as we come back to doing things that we used to prior to COVID. So those opportunities will arise, opportunities with the PTO and the things that we do as well within the school will arise. So please just make sure that you get your background check done, that you turn in your vaccination information, exemption information to getting a Hewitt. Make sure that you're signing the new liability form that's available. And just making sure that you have all of those things ready so that when that opportunity does arise, you can say, yes, I am a volunteer and I have passed my background check.
Thank you. Any questions about volunteering from the audience or here? Any questions for Karen? Okay, let's move on. So now it's like committees and it's time for them to report. Jogathon, that's me. Prizes were sorted and passed out to teachers last night. Some teachers gave them out this morning, some might be holding on to them until tomorrow to send home on the last day. So if you haven't gotten yours yet, we just need to send them home. If there's if you haven't gotten it, if you're getting something, please email the PTO email and I can check our records for you. I keep every pledge sheet. I know every deposit. We sign off on pledge sheets. So I know what you brought in and what pledges came in and what money and if it came in online. So I keep really detailed records. So if your kiddo has their heart set on something and you were voted, then let me know. Somehow I ended up with a bunch of medium shirts left over. So your kiddo may be missing a medium shirt. Or I may have over ordered medium shirts. Both are possibilities. So definitely reach out to our email if you have questions. The email is pretty simple. It's Milwaukie El Puente PTO at Gmail. So tonight it's on your agenda that we're spinning the wheel for our extra bonus raffle prizes. Like I said, it was one of those days, and I left my computer at home. So I will spin the wheel at home, and I'll record that, and then I'll get that out there. So whether it's in the parent square or I will send it to teachers, whatever is the less disruptive. But families will be notified that their child wants something. Yes, sir.
Oh yeah, there was a question that popped up. Marina is asking, are the color changing tumblers coming for the kids who earn them, or were they handed out?
They should have been handed out, and that was for 20 pledges or more. So there were big parents last night, I think, helping sort prizes. And you know, we're kids, we have errors, so definitely if you're missing something, let us know. Yeah, I'll do a prize wheel tonight, and I will notify families very soon if your child wants something. And let's see, for job assignment, we had one class earn a pizza party. So that's really exciting. To qualify for that, 75% of your class to turn in a pledge sheet, with as little as $1 of pledge. So one class party is happening tomorrow. I've got boxes for them and it's being delivered. So it's pretty exciting. I pronounce her last name.
It's Rugia.
Yes, it's Rugia. Third grade.
They're so excited. They just found out today. She waited until today to tell them just to get the maximum credit.
Yeah. So yeah, that's an exciting thing to have pizza delivered to you. We had a little pizza party.
Yeah.
So congratulations to that class. Any other job questions, prizes, or anything about that before I move on?
Let's keep it in the box. I saw them yesterday. But I guess we'll figure out job. And my daughter came home early the third. Excited.
Oh, you see a lot of shirts all over there. So there's a lot of excitement. And that's another thing we talked about with what we gave a big shout out to the young lady with the climate shirt because that was yeah. So that just I had before like, is it okay if I say your name? We stand up, like so she had to stand up and everybody in her right. So
That is so special.
Like I love that aspect. Dogs have like that. One of our students gets to create a shirt that like that's their artwork displayed all around the school, which is really cool. She was a real sweet child, and she did her artwork a bit at times, and so went through kind of the editing process of being a pure artist, and that was really cool to see too. And she was really flexible, so that was great. I also forgot to say before, thank you parents for coming in last night. It was the last minute call out, and you guys came out and helped, and I am super appreciative and grateful for you guys that did it. Thank you. Okay. Next is sales.
I was going well. And I had said at the last meeting that at this meeting I might try to a couple of people to help with money. But because the majority of people did it online, there wasn't actually, I got a bunch of checks, I got a bunch of online orders. It wasn't actually that much cash. So I don't need any help counting it. I just did it. So that was no big deal. We've got a little over $5,000 right now, but we haven't paid the vendors yet. So, that will take out a little bit more than we have. But that's really exciting. I
things that the next steps are, so we have everything ordered. The next steps are we need people to arrive like 10:30 to 11:30 or so to help me just get organized, to put out chart and put out like the way that we have them alphabetized. And then from like 11:30-ish to 12:30-ish, it could be the same people or it could be for different people, coming to actually the stuff will be delivered by them, to place the things in the setup and the correct location. And then it would take a couple of people from 1 to 3 helping actually hand out the stuff. So your little social might prefer the 1 to 3 slot. You're like, December 2nd. So I'm going to shoot out an email to the people who ordered stuff with the location, because the office requested that I send out a map. I think parents were actually aware to make sure that people are not into the school's parking lot and disrupting buses. Will be at the parking lot that is behind the field next to the like high school fields. That spot.
You know that has an address, correct? And I can send it to you.
I'd love to know that address. Google Maps would not tell me the address.
Yeah, I have it because I sent my mom over there because that's where we
Okay.
park when we pick up. But they are the Milwaukie High School field. Yeah.
And we have, our staff will have a map for you that I created last year when we did something, I don't know what we did, but it shows like where you come in and all, because it's a little confusing. Once you've done it once, you're good, but it's a little confusing at first because it does get small. Yeah. So we'll definitely work with cutting that.
Okay, so when I send out my announcement of
Talk with her.
please include the map.
Ask her about it, email me, because if it goes with it, I think it's a lot easier.
Okay, awesome. So I do have some people who were willing to help that gave their name earlier in the year, so I've got those names and I'll reach out to those folks. But also I'm super open to having more people come hang out during those times. December 2nd. It's Friday. Okay. Yep. Mark your calendar. It's gonna be fun. I had a great time.
And good weather.
Or an opportunity to wear really cute Portland. You know,
Portland,
Exactly. Definitely have. And one question, last week, PTOers is everybody cool with me spending a little bit of PTO money to have some like donuts and cider available? Yes. Picking up. Perfect. That's really sweet. Okay. Good. That's that. That's what you're saying.
All right. New business / unfinished business. We had new volunteers step up into some roles, which I'm really grateful for. If you noticed on our, I don't know, I feel like it's been everywhere, but it's been in this letter. We sent it out in Parent Square. There was a form to fill out for your volunteer interests, areas that we really needed help in. And so a few people have stepped up to lead those areas, which is really, I'm really super thankful for that. So we have the directory, Alexia, to go for that, jog it on. I know I just finished it, but I need to give my knowledge to somebody else, and Regina is going to take that over next year. So we're going to be, and I'll tell everything to her. I mean, Regina wrote, Andrea. Okay, I'm sure it was Andrea. Andrea's taking that over for us. The garden project, Christina is going to be our kind of lead on that. So she will work with you, and you can send her to the district. They'll create some sort of questionnaire for staff, figure out what they want and what their role in the project, because we can create the space, but we come and go as parents. We also need some teacher buy-in for that, and take some ownership of it as well, because this is a partnership and we're not buying. It's like we need to work together to make that garden space work, a global thing. And then Stingray is Marina. that'll be in sometime April, May-ish. We're gonna go lead that together. There are still lots of opportunities, and we're gonna go through that in a second. Is your question? No? Okay. For you to jump in on. So those are the leads of committees or projects, but they would like help. So please, like, getting committees together for different events. Most people have said, yes, I'll be on a committee, I'll need to plan. But really, for most of these committees, we need somebody to lead it. And I don't want people to feel nervous that they're taking over this thing and they don't know what it is. You can make it whatever you want to be. Like, it's your event now. It doesn't follow rules from the past. You can make it totally yours. But we do have a Google Drive that has all the information from past years. And so before COVID, we went through and typed out step-by-step procedures for each event that we ran, which ended up being really helpful because we have it. And the people that ran some of those things are gone. So even now, like bingo night, I run it, but I'm working from memory. And so if you want to take over something, don't be nervous because there are lots of people here to support you. I can support, I don't know if I can co-chair everything, but definitely here to support, and there are documents upon documents for you to look at. Yes.
Can a full committee then be in charge of an event? If we have a committee of 4 or 5, can we hand it over to them and say the 4 and 5 of you are in charge of that committee?
Yes.
And that event then, if not one person takes charge, but sometimes people feel a little more comfortable in a group of 4 or 5 where they can divvy up the work a little bit more, especially some of our bigger ones.
No, that's kind of what I was thinking, but I just like to have like a point person that talks to me, that tells me what's going on. But yes, the 4 or 5 committee can call yourselves whatever you like, but if you guys divvy it up, that's fine. Nobody wants to do a job all on their own. So yes, a 4 or 5 person committee, a 3, and some of these have like 2 or 3 people. But really when I say lead, you just kind of need to be the point person that gives information to me. So that way I on, or if you have questions, then it's that one person coming to me instead of all committees and everybody in those committees.
Can we also then at that point say, okay, when you guys meet as a committee, you guys make one email and send it to Crystal, say, instead of it forcing, because again, I'm trying to take some of that stress off of them. I feel like, and if they could just create an email during that one committee meeting, and they can have all of those things together, and then hand it off in an email or something, that might be another way as well. Is that okay?
Yep, that works for me. As long as I don't have to lead every committee, I am happy.
And the Google Drive is so amazing. Like I've helped with Winter Sale before, but this is my first year doing it. And the Google Drive had a timeline for when to do what. It had all the phone numbers for different vendors I needed to call and when to do it and what to ask. We even had the questions of like, make sure you ask this and this. And then it had examples that I could have used for what to put on Facebook. Like, if I wanted to do very close to nothing, I could have it. So there's so much information in there about the things that we've done a bunch of times that it makes it really easy.
All right, so groups that still are forming are kind of staff appreciation, which is kind of an ongoing thing.
Well, I'm pretty sure I said I would take that over at our pre-meeting in August.
Not that.
Oh,
That's not what I'm talking. Yeah. So you're talking about staff appreciation week.
oh, okay.
Yeah. So I'm thinking more like meals that we do throughout the year. Like conferences are coming up, as you know, and I would love for somebody to just find a place and send me the bill and I will pay it. Because that's the easiest way. Like I'm a teacher also, and my days are crazy, and I have conferences as well. And so I can't give somebody else's conferences. Sorry, just their staff. I'm a teacher somewhere else. So,
We've got our own conference.
yeah. So somebody wants to find a local place, a far away place, a place that delivers. Doesn't matter to me. Like,
Is that
that yes, there is a budget, and I would like to increase that line item so that we can talk about in a bit. Yeah.
I'll take it on, and I mean, what we can do also is use our tax ID. Corporations love giving free things and taking a tax cut. So I'll go ahead and do it this year because I don't have to worry about my school's conferences. That's my head secretary's job. So I'll do it this year.
Perfect.
But yeah, so that's another way as well to make sure that our budget stretches the way it does is that we have this tax ID. Corporations love to give out things with that tax ID because it gives them a huge tax cut.
Perfect. Thank you. Movie nights is another one. They have been kind of quarterly. If you want.
about that? Like,
Yeah.
what does a normal event look like in a non-COVID?
So before I ran once and I watched the movie, I got here, I opened up gym doors, I hit play on the computer, and that's all I did. There was another parent.
Handed out popcorn, maybe.
Well, yeah. So there was another parent in the back who we bought big bag pre-popped popcorn, and we had the little, I don't want to touch your boat, little boats,
Yeah.
like that. And we just scooped it up and handed it to kids once the movie started.
Was that weeknight or?
It was a Friday night, yeah. Like we did like one before winter break, and you know it's not all full attending. Some people go on vacation, but not everybody does. I remember Elf, and then I did one. I don't remember, but we've done a few. And sometimes it's like the newest Disney movie that comes out. Sometimes it's an older movie. It's kind of up to you. Run that event. You just got to be able to open up the door, set. Probably if it's your first time, you want to come in and meet with somebody to make sure you know how to run the system. But really, it's kind of you plug it into the computer, you hit play, if it runs, does great, do it again the next time. Like, it's really that simple. Popcorn, go and buy the popcorn, we'll reimburse you, or give me the up. Somebody on our team can go get it for you. And then have all the boats down in our PTO closet. Does that kind of explain?
Mm-hmm. I have a call. So I'll get in the
For future.
They're really fun. Kids love them. They bring their blankets and their pillows. They sit on the floor. They watch the movies. It's really cute.
What time do you usually start?
That's a good question. It might be the drive. I'm guessing we did like a 6:30 to 8 type of deal. Yeah, my guess. I don't really remember.
Was there an earlier one pizza once, or has it always been popcorn?
It's always top that I know. Bingo night, yeah, and pizza before. So that's another one. Bingo, Loteria. It happens sometime between December, January. Whoever's doing that event needs to pick the date. That's kind of how these roll. Ideally, at the beginning of the year, we pick kind of calendar dates, but because we haven't had, we're still growing as a PTO again after COVID. It was a little harder to pick dates this year. But you know, once your committee gets together, you guys all decide like we can all be here on this certain night. Then and then talk to the school. Then that's the night it is. So I would pick, you know, 2 or 3 dates. Bring a date to Rena. She can approve one of them, and then it's an easy process for them to fill out, reserve that space for you. Same with bingo night. It's super fun. We have little bingo cards in the PTO closet. We have pencils for you to mark off, crayons. And the people that have already said they were kind of interested in these, I've sent out emails describing what each event entails. And if you are going to fill out that questionnaire soon, I will send those emails to you too. So that way, form a committee and get the ball. Because some of these, you know, they can happen whenever, but we'd like to start having some events pretty soon. Steam night, my goal 7 April or May. Please join the committee. There's a lot to do. I don't know what it is just yet, but I'm sure there's a lot. And if you know how to run a website, the Wix website, please reach out to me because a lot of stuff on there is not updated because I just don't have time to do it. So talk to me if you like websites. Any questions so far? I kind of hit you with a lot of information, but I am sending out tons of emails, so many that I'm getting who I sent to. But they're coming out. If you are interested in something, you know, I will tell you all about what that event entails. And then once people have said they're interested in something, that I send out an email that says, hey, all you guys are interested in this event, and I will help you get that first meeting up and started. And then after that, I'm going to back away and you guys keep the ball rolling from there. I'm trying to get pause something. So my next item of business was creating a new line item, and that one may not be on your agendas there, but I would love to get your guys' approval to create a new line item on our budget for family support. When a child from our school or a parent from our school goes into the hospital or is sick, I would like to be able to do as a PTO to support our community is do like at least a meal training for families. Like I feel like that's the least we could do. Like we can't, you know, do everything, but we are one school, one community, and so I think if we set it up at $500, that covers, well, that would be like 10 families and like $50, right? And I don't, my goal is to work with the school, be like, hey, this family just had something happen. Could you send a meal to them? And I just, that's a nice gesture from us. Yeah.
I think that's a great idea, especially just like the last really hard on a lot of families, but also too, is there any way to potentially ask families, hey, if kind of some adults announced out or broad to the community also, because you know, not usually like several things in a row. Like I very purchase. So obviously that would depend on like the family's willingness to like publicize that or you know broadcast, but sure that like back to the normal.
I'm also secretary, but yeah.
Sorry.
That's like a company.
Because I'm like, we can do a lot that the population.
Yeah. Are you thinking grade level or school? Like sit out of like parents?
Yeah, I think I got a where open too and like on the level.
Yeah. Guys want to take a vote? So I have to put that in for line item. Let's vote. All right, who's in favor of creating a new line item for meal trains / family support?
Or how much?
I don't know, now 500, 1,000, I don't know. Like,
Can we try 500 then?
yeah.
People are using it if it's good, then.
Really quick, I just need to repeat because Andrea's a little hard to hear. So, what Andrea was saying was that in not just adding a line item, but also asking families if they feel comfortable enough. If we can put like through the school, obviously, asking them if it's okay and putting it out on Parent Square to do a a big meal train, because usually a meal train is for a week or longer when you do them. And then that way we get, because she was saying that we can do so much, but our community can also do even more.
How do you want to vote? Do you want us to give you a thumbs up,
Well,
down?
I don't know if you're going by technical Robert law, somebody has to motion it, somebody has to second it, and then somebody has to say okay, or we just okay it. It's up to you.
Okay. You know, who's really checking our stuff? Let's just go with yays and no's, unless you guys really want to follow laws.
Yeah,
Informal. Okay.
So, anybody that approves adding a line for family meal train for the cost of $500, could you please raise your hand if you are in favor of it, even if you are watching digitally, please.
Okay. Perfect. I see some hands raised down there.
Yep, we've got 3, so it passes. Any nays? Just for the sake.
It's okay if you nay, I won't judge you.
And any abstain? No, you don't. Technically by Robert.
all of you plus 3 hands.
I'm going to take that as a yes. All right. Awesome. Thank you. My other thing was increase our meal budget for staff, but you're going to do some magical work to get companies to donate to us. So I'm going to go for that. I don't need to increase our budget for those extra meals that are outside of staff appreciation week. So I'm going to, you two can connect about the meal conferences. Yes? Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. For Monday? Yes. Okay.
Yeah, because that's your right. That you pick Monday for the long day. All right.
Awesome. I am stepping away from that. Okay. Well, my next question, or my next item on here is secretary help. Our secretary is out for a little bit. So I am hoping that somebody would like to take notes for a meeting. It can be on your end, just email it to us. Everything's in our drive, so you don't physically have to be here to take notes. But I'm going to get note takers so I can talk and write at the same time. I don't know when our secretary will be back, if she will be back. So you might be doing this for the rest of the year, but you may come back and you may be doing it jointly. But it's a pretty easy job. Take notes. You send them to Anna here today. We'll translate them, and we're going to keep it that simple.
There's already a template on my page, so you're just plugging it in.
Awesome. Do it. Thank you.
Thank you.
Terry. Love it.
Hearts are good.
Exclamation points, hard.
Thank you.
All right, almost done. I'm looking at time, friends. A table topic that we didn't talk about last meeting that I wanted to is Facebook. There is a group that we created before COVID that was called Human Giving, or something like that, where it was a buy nothing group where you could keep everything that you're in house in our community. So, oh, my daughter boots. Does anybody else need them? It has not been a long time. I am not in charge of it. Does anybody don't want that? It would keep it and be the owner of it. Otherwise, I would keep it. You can email me if I don't hear from anybody, and by the time the next meeting starts, it will be deleted.
Even when it was first, I feel like it did not ever fully take off. There are a lot of Facebook groups, like Buy Nothing,
Yeah.
a lot of different groups. It was kind of like, but not
things on it. Not very many people asked, make a request on there, so.
I just have a question. That people can hold their receipt or accept donations or anything or like as a site. Thinking like, does anyone have a I don't think they, I don't know, so like need or is there anything like
A lot of other donations on the health center. What's up?
Yeah.
Like house, if you will. Occasionally, so you PTO may have helped us with like some new like socks or shorts in case the ones have an accident, right? That will, but mostly there's some clothes here for those kinds of things. Like someone falls in the puddle, has a little accident, but other than that, it means we refer to the Wichita Center and then like folks can donate.
totally not too. So if you do the Facebook group, is there some more marketing or Wichita for she's knowing that it could
Yeah.
because I didn't even know. So
And I think that's all we have for today. Again, this is a pitch for years. I really don't want to see some fun events go, and so I'm hoping that these committees, I'm reaching out soon. Two of them were already after this next conference break, and then they'll get the ball rolling a few things. And the rest of you guys, if I haven't talked to you yet, did you want something? It's coming. I think that's all. Anything else? Anybody from the audience? Anything that they want to add? Questions, comments? We got 10 minutes.
can I plug some
Yeah.
arrow?
Oh, yes. I forgot to.
So gonna be on class. Gonna do that because we're duo here. He's technically voluntary tolerance. Signed up official. So we're going to. I'll try to put together like Pietro as soon as December 1st. I believe it's 20% back, so I have all of that information too on my laptop. But
Got a date.
that it,
Okay.
yeah,
Well,
yeah, great. And then for December, I know it was kind of like a weird month in general. So I threw in the next thing I got before Pietro's Krispy Kreme online fundraiser. So 50% off. So it's $15 a dozen donuts. And then you purchase online, and then 50% comes back. $7.50 dozen or whatever. You can purchase it. I thought it'd be a good gift or
Well,
holiday party solutions.
also because my elementary school that I work at does it too. So it's not just in our area. Krispy Kreme does it nationwide. So if you have family with a Krispy Kreme in another state, they can also purchase and it would come back to us. And it goes for the whole month and not just a specific day.
Absolutely, yeah. 12/31. So I think they even actually provided a flyer. So I'll be in. And then January 12th, Neighborhood Creamery, which is just up the street. Used to be about Baskin and Robin. Yeah, thanks. And Chipotle, February 6th. March 5th, and I'll get all these dates out. But then I thought it called freeze out to Pillar Selwood Cha-Cha, which is our favorite, like that. And then next month as well. So trying to get things that are just like in work schedule.
For the Killer Burger, can you also add the one out in Happy Valley? The that one that you said, it's always difficult to get into and out of as well. If you're ever gone, yeah. So just a plug, because usually Killer Burger will do multiple locations, and because our families do stem all the way out to Mount Scott, Scouter, Spring Mountain, we take in for the DLI program all of those students on that side of our boundaries.
Okay, awesome. Yep, they will definitely inquire you for the Happy Valley.
Thank you.
Hey, can I say also, I noticed supposed to talk about movie night, so talk with me if you want to do a movie night. I'm sure the kids will love it.
Yeah.
Someone's really been eyeing that. Crystal know that, and I'd be happy to put that on the calendar. My kids know I think they need the real.
We're talking like it would be ideal right before maybe whatever the Friday.
To do it, we would definitely want to talk the first week after the Thanksgiving break.
Okay.
Just to give us that.
Yeah.
And we want to be really thoughtful about the movie choice, especially just coming back, right? But I very open to the conversation. I just love it.
Yeah.
They have some time.
Yeah. I bet. Okay. I'll talk to my husband.
Yeah.
I'm planning to take him.
Oh, okay. I don't know who he is, but his ears are positive.
Okay, so if I am bringing cider donuts on December 2nd, and Krispy Kreme is kind of a business. Okay.
I mean, that's another.
Oh, so smart.
See, it's not still staff, but I think about staff. Like if you want to treat for staff that last week, then do the morning. Maybe it's not appreciation, but you want it out of the blue. I'm not saying you have to, but if you want it out of the blue, get the thing. Let's say that last before the break, like that Thursday, whatever. Then you could just trying to like get.
Yeah. So just make sure you order online or through their app for Krispy Kreme. That is the specific thing that.
Oh, yeah, well, you'll give us the flight.
Yeah. I have.
Just the thought. You can count it for one thing and count it for another thing.
That's process improvement right there.
Yeah, exactly. Right there. You'll be sure you put whatever code on it. You got put in boxes. Yeah. Great. Have our opinion on it.
Yeah, oh, that would be great. If you get to send a reminder, that's really good. Also, next I got that it was really good, Chris, but if you make sure I get it, then I need a weekly flyer for my staff,
Okay.
and I can sneak it in that way too, because some of our staff live nearby, or,
Yeah.
they would enjoy it, so.
Yeah.
Make sure I copy too, then I'll make sure that it goes out to like more applicants.
Okay. That's amazing. Do you have a specific email?
So no, I have my name, K.
Okay.
And
All right. No other questions out there? No questions in here? Comment? Questions? No.
Any questions or comments?
Well, thanks again, everyone, for showing up and giving part of your time to PTO. We appreciate you being here with us and all that you do to support our staff, our students. Our next meeting, I should put it on the agenda. I think it's some sport, somewhere there. We should third. You know, always the third. Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that's right, because we'll be on break after that.
Yeah, no, it is the 15th. I know because of date. So.
It's the 15th. All right, friends. That's all for us. So have a good night. We will see you next month.
Yes, thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Bye. Milwaukie PTO mail.
It's also found at the bottom of your PTO newsletter, and so is the QR code, so you can just scan it and it'll create an email for you automatically as well.
I was just waiting for someone to